What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful crisp Friday morning here in Indiana. Got something a little bit different for you today. We're used to seeing Hondas and Subarus and stuff like that on this channel, but today we got an episode that is full of freedom. That's right, behind me I have a ex-military Humvee, complete with America license plate, of course. This thing belongs to a good friend of ours. He's actually getting ready to leave us, moving to Texas, but this thing needs a little bit of attention. It's got a fuel pump leaking, a little bit of trouble starting sometimes. I just noticed the left CV boot's ripped there, and the right one. But yeah, so I'm gonna tinker with it a little bit, put a new fuel pump on it, and see if I can figure out what's going on with starting. He said sometimes it just seems like the glow plugs don't kick in, but I know on these it's really common that if the batteries aren't fully charged, or if there's two batteries, so if they're not fully charged, or if maybe one's bad and one's good, something like that, that can cause some issues with the module that runs the glow plugs. So we're gonna look into all that stuff and put his fuel pump on and get him fixed up, ready to go to Texas. So I'm gonna see what this thing does on a cold start. So we got the wait to start light, that's good. That should stay on for 7 to 10 seconds and then kick off, and then we should be able to start it. Sounds to me like the batteries are definitely low. Almost. Let's key it back off and start over. He did mention too, he thought maybe something's drawing from the batteries, and it might be, but I want to check them first to make sure that the batteries themselves are good, because it is pretty common that a battery seems okay, but then if it sits overnight it's not okay anymore, or if the temperature changes. It was 80 2 days ago, now it's 30. That can definitely bring a bad battery to light. I don't think it's gonna do it. Don't think it's gonna do it. I'm probably gonna have to jump it. Got our M16 rifle loop there, just in case. See, now there the glow plug clicked on and back off real quickly, which I read online that could indicate an issue, or it could just be that I've already cycled it a couple times and they're warm. Come on, baby. Wanted to go there. Looks like it puffed some white smoke when it kicked there. Alright, so that's where we're at. I'm gonna tinker with this thing and see if I can't get it fixed up for him in the next few days here, so that it can get on a trailer and make its way to Texas. I'll try this thing one more time. It's a little bit warmer out than it was. Wait light staying on, that's a good sign. Hey! That's her. Oh shoot, we lost it. We were getting white smoke, which means it's not burning the fuel. It's trying. I don't know if it would help to give it any throttle or not. That's her. noisy. She's alive. You can see that fuel pump down in there that I'm gonna replace. It's not the injection pump, it's like the transfer pump. It's down on the side of the block, just kind of like an old small block Chevy fuel pump. So actually a lot like it. So that pump's supposed to be here Tuesday, I think. We'll get that put on and get his batteries and stuff checked out and get him ready. Guys, got the Humvee in here. Fuel pump came in the mail, so we're good to go. It's like I explained before, just the one that goes down on the side of the block, so hopefully shouldn't be too bad. I was a little worried whether this thing was going to fit in the shop or not, but it wasn't bad. I put a tape measure on it. It's exactly 7 feet wide. The garage door is 9, so we're good to go. Went ahead and folded the mirrors in just for insurance, but yeah, we're going to get started and put this fuel pump on, and then I'm going to check out his batteries, make sure there's nothing drawing, and make sure the batteries themselves are good. Alright guys, so there's the pump down there. We got the new one here, came in the mail, so it shouldn't be too bad. Couple bolts, 3 lines. Worst part's just getting down to it on this thing. It's kind of, everything's in the way. Got my assistant Cameron here. He's gonna run the camera. And yeah, hopefully it won't be too bad. We'll get her swapped out and be good to go. It's pointing this way, right? So you wanna aim it up to where you can see what's going on or whatever.
Alright.
Alright, we're underneath here, just taking these lines off. Shouldn't be a big deal, really. Got this one here that's just on a hose clamp. Got one over here that takes a 5/8 wrench on a hard line. Got the one off the top already, so get these 2 off. We got 2 bolts that hold it to the block, and we should be good to go. Alright guys, we got the fuel pump off, so just going to get underneath and put the new one back up into place and get her bolted on. Alright guys, got the new fuel pump on, as you can see down there. I had a little bit of trouble getting the lever behind the push pin, but after I kind of figured out a process, it went okay. I got it in there, kind of got it in place, came topside and put the bolts in. Should be good to go. I'm going to go ahead and crank it up here and check for leaks, and we should be done with that part of it. Alright guys, fuel pump's done. Now on to the second part of this video on the Humvee. Batteries starting problem. So I didn't film it, but today I tried to start it and it would not start at all. It wouldn't even light up the wait to start light at all. I had to end up putting jumper cables on one battery and my battery charger on the other, and let it sit for a while and charge up enough that we could get the glow plugs to kick on, and then it would start okay. But these things do have two batteries. They're under the passenger seat, by the way, just in case you wondered. They do run in series, so you can see it comes into the positive. Negative of this one's hooked to positive of that one. Negative of that one goes out to ground, so that means it's a 24 volt system. Basically, you can think of it as one big battery where this is the positive post and that's the negative post. So if you're familiar with hydraulics or golf carts or anything like that, they all work kind of the same way. They're in series. So a couple things I noticed here. One thing right off was these battery cables are really loose. Both of the positives, for whatever reason, are loose. It looks like they're tightened down good, but the thing's all smashed. So I'm going to see if I can back that off and maybe put a washer on it or something to let it tighten down more. And then I bought a new battery load tester the other day. So I'm going to go ahead and load test these batteries and just make sure that both of them are okay. It seems to me like at least one of them is just not holding a charge. The load test should show us that. The guy that owns it also thinks maybe that there's a draw, which there may be. So we'll look at that when we have the cables off and see if we find anything there. I went ahead and disconnected all of the battery cables so that we can test the batteries themselves. First thing I'm going to do, just to make sure, is go ahead and just check the voltage. That one's at 11.8, so that's a little concerning. I would expect it to be at least 12. We just drove it and let it run for a long time. I know this is backwards, it's okay though. It'll just show negative volts. It's hard to do with one hand. So that one's 12.8. So that's more like what I expect to see. So my suspicion is that this battery's bad. Either that or maybe this AC/DC converter thing's really drawing off of it. So let's load test them. Try to show you how this works while I test it. Obviously positive, negative. It shows us first of all the voltage, which this one actually shows just a touch over 12, which I definitely trust this more than I do this, but anyway, whatever. So the cranking amps on this thing is 870, 750 cold cranking. So what we need to do is push the button here. See, and it went from weak to bad almost right away, so that's an issue, I would say. And you can see that it didn't rebound as far either. It stayed down there. Let's check the other one, see what it looks like. This one's showing me 13 volts, which is again just a little higher than what I showed on my meter. Let's hit the button here on this one. See, that one's holding, so that's what we should expect to see. I can put a load on it for an extended period of time and it's holding. So yep, I would say this battery is bad. So as you saw, I think the battery is bad from the load test. I am going to go ahead and stick it on my charger here overnight without it connected to the truck, just to make absolutely sure that for some reason there wasn't something discharging that battery and not the other one. But I'm pretty sure the battery is just bad, but want to be sure, so we'll check that again tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day. Left it on the charger overnight. It's giving me a green battery, which means it's good, it's charged. Go ahead and disconnect that. We'll follow the same process we did yesterday. Check with the regular voltmeter first. $13, so that's good. Let's see if it holds it under the load. So it went straight into the weak. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this battery's toast. Let's hit it one more time. Yeah. She gone. Taking the Hummer back home, got the fuel pump put on it, checked out the batteries. That one's bad, but it's going to Texas here in just a couple of days, so they'll have to take care of it down there, I guess. But it was cool, something different to work on. Thanks for following along. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.